Get ready, get ready. The Lord is coming soon, and it'll be faster than this. You heard me now. Get ready, get ready, get ready. Oh, thank you, Lord. Get ready, get ready. The Lord is coming soon, and it'll be faster than this. You heard me now. Get ready, get ready, get ready.
Hey, yo.
Oh, thank you, Lord.
Hey, yo, family, what's poppin', man? Hey, yo, family, what's poppin', man? Y'all know the vibes. Y'all know the vibes, gang. Hope everybody's having a fruitful, prosperous, abundant, positive, progressive, graceful week. All right? Lord have mercy. We not even 2 minutes in. Y'all know I catch the spirit early. That's why I be trying to come in as cool, calm, and collected as possible. It doesn't take long. All right? So, shout out to everybody in the building. I see you beautiful people. Good brother ER, knowing brother, devoted brother, dedicated brother. Those new Bibles is because of that good brother's donation. Understand that, brother. All right? Make sure you get them written off on them taxes, brother. Okay? Sister Ebony, good sister, blue dress sister. That color done transformed in this mug, like a mug, in this mug. All right? So I see you beautiful people in the building. Y'all know the regulators in the building. Good sister, sacred artist in the building, regulating them church hours, how she regulates. All right, guys. Good brother, Texans by nature, 88. Brother, I got to get your wrench back. Good brother. Damn. You two them stripped you of your wrench. Got to get you back, good brother. Got to get you back. All right. Sister Watkins, Cat House, another great, good, knowing sister right there. So I see y'all. Just call me CC. I already see y'all. What's popping, everybody? Y'all know the vibes. All right. My good, powerful sister Sharice is in the building. I felt that sister energy when she came in before she made her greeting. All right. I felt that good sister's energy, y'all. I wouldn't lie to y'all. I would not lie about that. I don't lie in general. But don't believe it. I'm sorry. Don't believe it, y'all. All right, but shout out to everybody in the building. Good brother ER with the donation. Thangy thing. Brother, has God did something good for you this year? Because you done started, this ain't a 2024 thing with the donations for the church. You done brought that momentum from 2023. So I didn't expect God did a couple of good things for you this year already. All right? Share your testimony whenever you feel free, good brother. All right. Get ready. Get ready. All right. Sister Kendra J. I missed y'all too, sister. It's a mutual thing. It ain't a one-sided thing, sister. Not at all. It's a mutual thing. All right. All right. Shout out to everybody in the building. Y'all already know the vibes, man. All right. And I'm about to get a little discouraged in here because I don't think I've seen one plate yet. Good brother ER sent that real plate. All right. But I ain't see no plates in the chat. I ain't see no blood of the hood. I ain't see no holy water. It's cancer season and y'all forgetting to throw holy water. So I know a lot of y'all out of alignment right now. You forgetting holy water under a water stellium. That don't make no goddamn sense, family. Get it together. All right. This is what this church service is for, though, family, to get the vibes together. So let me go ahead and see some of that up in there. Let me see some of that up in there, guys. Y'all know the vibes.
Me say me under the blood, me say me under the blood. Jesus cover me under the blood, me say me under the blood. Jesus, you be cover me under the blood. In the morning when me wake up, and the blood that Jesus me take up. And when me feel like me, I go break up, put the blood on me face just like a makeup. In the morning when me wake up, and the blood that Jesus me take up. And when me feel like me heart break up, put the blood on me face just like a makeup. Under the blood, under the blood, Jesus cover me. Jesus, you be cover me. Say under the blood, under the blood. Jesus, you be cover me. Jump on this. Listen, Christian a fight some things where them not see. Stronghold demons and principality. Remember they are the temple. Keep it holy, sanctify, justify, give God the glory. Fighting against three terrible enemy. The world, Satan and myself against me. One the anointing, pour it on me and make me trample the devil on it. Say.
Hey yo guys, it's Cancer season, guys. It's Cancer season with a strong dose of Saturn energy. So we're doing a lot of balancing, trying to find a balance between opposite influences at this time. All right, let me ask you a question. Is you tired, family? Is you tired of feeling unstable? Is you tired of your fourth house not feeling like a fourth house family? It's okay. This is church. You can testify. You can testify here. Is you tired for something that you want to connect, not connected? You know, you're trying to walk in that vibration of connection, but the vibration of disconnection is a persistent brother-sister vibration. God damn. You ain't got to be tired no more, family.
In this game, I'm tired of the turmoil. I'm tired of being lied on. I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of being talked about. I'm tired of being manipulated. I'm tired of crying. I've already cried. I've already suffered. I've already agonized. I've already endured. And if you think you are coming to steal my joy, my lunch, my blessing, my children, my ministry, devil, you are
For the greater, I'm preparing you for a higher degree of power. I'm preparing you for a greater manifestation of my spirit in your life. No longer will you be the problem, but you'll be the answer to the problem. No longer will you build walls, but you're gonna build. You're gonna build bridges. Walls segregate, wall denominate, but bridges connect. He's making out of you a bridge. He's delivering you to be a deliverer. It's a new day. It's God's new day. Thou shalt not remember the former things. You won't even consider the things of old, but a new thing do I declare, and now it shall spring forth. Yes, yes, yes. He brought you out. He brought you out for such a time as this. You were born for such a time as this. You were called for such a time as this. You was anointed for such a time as this. You were saved for such a time as this. Yes! Yes! Yes!
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, Gatorade, purple Gatorade, blue Gatorade. Don't give me the orange Gatorade. All right, Snickers, Doritos, 3D Doritos. All right, Generation Z don't know nothing about them 3D Doritos. Shout out to the millennials. Ghetto tongues, Rapunzel. Lord have mercy, that type of spirit. I told y'all guys it don't take that long for me to get into the spirit, y'all.
Oh, Lord, nothing I did, nothing I tried, nothing I smoked, nothing I snorted, nothing I drank, no man I did, no one did me, nothing did me any good. Oh, Lord, even that food I put in my mouth.
All right, listen now, sister. It's 2024. We done been here for you now, sister. We done had your back through some times now, sister. Is we leaving a brother no option on how to deal with bringing some type of testimony in your life at this point, sister. I don't know. If the food is still a problem right now, we dealing with a cancer stellium, sister, you're going to need, extra immediate prayer. Okay. Shout out to all them cancer placements. Happy birthday, Cancer. Shout out to them Cancer placements. Shout out to the moon and Cancers. Shout out to them suns and moons in the fourth house. I know how y'all does in the kitchen. I know. All right. I know. Okay. Cancer energy is the opposite to my moon sign. So they show me the opposite of the nurturing I never thought I'd be needed. I thought my nurturing was making money for a long time. Cat moon ass. I thought my nurturing was in getting the bills paid. All right. Sometimes brother need to reflect, a little self-care, a little pedicure, a little mani-pedi. My nails long as shit right now, y'all. That should tell y'all something. Life been a little hard lately. All right. Been very Capricorn moonish. I'm trying to make sure I get in alignment with the powers that be right now. All right, shout out to them Capricorn placements. You know, every time we bump into them Cancer dominants, they be showing us another side. Okay? It'd be therapy. I don't even like bumping into the Cancer dominants at this point. You have a brother start crying. Motherfuckers listen, I'm at the bar to have drinks. I thought we were going to have a nice conversation at the bar. I'm not asking for no motherfucking inner child release therapy. It is Jupiter Day. It's Venus Day. The fuck? Goddamn Cancer reading my childhood trauma. Stop making me cry. Stop making me realize why I'm at the bar right now having drinks. All right? Damn. Intuitive person. Cancers, I love y'all. I always got bad juju talking crazy about the solar return sign. Damn. Most backwards astrologer of all time. All right? But that's okay. God made me like this. I embrace it. Okay? Shout out to everybody in the building. Good sister Ebony, man. What she said somewhere back there. What she said something that really resonated with me earlier. Where that comment at, sister? Boy, the devil is a motherfucking lie. I mean, that word never seems to astound me when I come across it in the good book. Lord, you can't leave nothing around the devil. Peanut butter jelly sandwich, check out your mailbox, half a sandwich, half a Chick-fil-A sandwich. You can't leave nothing around the devil. He lie, he steal, he a thief. That's one thing about my God that I know. He's not none of those things. Family, if you hear what I'm saying already, just a couple minutes in here, put one of them things in the chat anything. Put the blood, the water. All right? It's Cancer season. Get the word of the day. The number of the day is that 4 vibration. Let me get a 4. Let me get a 44. Shit, let me get a 444. You can start quoting some Jay-Z lyrics in that bitch if you want. Do what the spirit calls you to do. All right? Lord. Family, I miss y'all time and time again. All right? We could speak at 3 o'clock to 5. I'll come stream again at 8 o'clock. I'm going to miss y'all the same motherfudging way. All right. I hope everybody out there is vibrating in the name of emotional and mental stability. And if not, I hope you downloaded everything you need to download to get to that space. Because we have a lot of energies forcing us to do that. So a lot of us, you start dealing with a Cancer stellium, you start realizing certain things, you stressing yourself out over it. This shit is not that important. No way am I losing edges over a situationship. This don't make no goddamn sense. I don't even got commitment out the motherfucker. What the fuck am I stressing for? Ain't this a mug? You hear what I'm saying, family? Situations should be more stressful than marriages and the real motherfucking thing. Motherfucker, can't we just stay on the same page? You know, that situationship vibration is just such a thrilling situation to be in, though. That's the crazy part. That's what keeps us in that bitch. 8 years we ain't married, but I can't leave this motherfucker alone right now. God damn. And whoever that person is you can't leave alone, I tell you right now, they done either got back together around this time, they are back together physically, or it's about to fucking happen. This is a Cancer stellium with Venus a part of it. I done told y'all before these energies got in there, this is why this person's not texting you back like this right now. They back at home. The outside energy is simmering down to a degree. Okay? The summer always be gassing us. The start of the summer gas us all the time. But if you're into astrology, you don't go, You don't run into that Cancer tidal wave too hard, aka a person, place, or thing, situation, experience, reminding you how much your heart is somewhere else. That's one of the most fucked up feelings in the world. When you realize you've been neglecting a thing that's been in your heart for so long. Family, I don't know if you hear what I'm saying up here. I don't know if you hear what I'm saying. I know there's some people out there, they don't hear what I'm saying, but they feel what a good brother's saying. See, those two different things, family. There's two different things right there. You hear somebody say something don't really make sense, but you feel that, brother. So that lets you know how this English language is here to fuck us up. It's here to fuck us up in the first place. The people we come from, the lineage we come from, these niggas was telepathic beings. So now that we dealing with water stellium, we can start to a degree remembering where the fuck we come from, who we are. All right. All that air sign energy, you start play some mind games. Mind games last a little longer than they should. You get into that water stellium, the look, the feel is everything. My girl look at me like that, I can't even play mind games. I know what that look means. We dealing with intuition and feeling here. That look means if this motherfucker don't take out the garbage tonight, it's somebody ass in here. I know what that feeling look like. So right now we get building more of that telepathic connection with people right now. Guys, all right, nah, bro, I hear you and I feel you. I was just in that shit. There you go. There you go. I honestly think the Cancer that tried to ghost me, Def went back to. Listen, and these cancers. He was a Cancer sister. Extra prayer. Send an extra prayer to everybody. We just send an extra prayer all over the place. All right, okay. But listen, shout out to the Cancer dominants. Your happy solar return, Cancer. Shout out to the water dominants out here being the examples. Water signs is I gotta embrace being the cousins and make sure y'all show up in all righteous ways that God and the universe and the stars are calling y'all to show up. Y'all's tapping into a lot of self-healing, helping other people spark paths for their healing. Helping people learn how to navigate reality, how to move past all the physical building blocks to get to the substance, the energy, the vibes, the feel of things. A lot of people right now having a conversation with their Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio friend, sibling. They making something that you've been making complicated. They're making it so simple by making you realize how you feel about a situation. All right. So in mankind, we always debate the left versus the right brain, right? But listen, me even saying this as a man, with us being the logical, rational ones, if you don't know how to move with that intuition energy, that ain't, you feel me? That ain't left brain. All right. Gotta move with that intuition, that feel energy. You don't know how to read the room. Like, I don't know what to do with you, partner. We can't do nothing with you. All right. So you gotta know how to read the room with vibrations, guys. All right. So a lot of us may be going through potentially our trials and tribulations, learning some of this right now. A lot of us may be excelling, seeing things from a bird's eye perspective, and I believe a lot of those might be water signs. They're the ones with this bird's eye perspective, helping other people realize how maybe a certain environment, attachment, person, place, or thing got you in a certain mood, vibration. All right. So guys, once again, hope everybody's well. Hope everybody's Gucci in the building. I have a special guest this evening. All right. Now, whenever I've done, collaborative streams or whatnot, I haven't really done that many on YouTube, but I'm usually like in the interviewee spot. So, today I'm more in the interviewer role. All right. Put the lucky Libra, put the hood past in a different position today. All right, guys, the person I'm going to bring up, this is one of my beloved spiritual colleagues here, very gifted, very knowledgeable man. All right. Love being able to interact with her, connect with her, learn from each other. So I just thought this was the best person, one of the best people I could pull up for doing this first time on this channel. And we could get some of these gems up in the air. We could exchange, perspectives of things. All right. So I'd love to introduce this member to the church. This ain't really an introduction to the member of the church. This is just now the member of the church getting on the stage and letting their testimony glow a little bit. But this has been a member of the church. All right, guys. Shout out to the lovely Lotus, Elysse, y'all. Round of applause. Blood. Y'all go ahead, put some that blood on the hood on her right now. Put some of that holy water. Sister, be careful because your hair look lovely, but be careful right now. Throw some of that there. It's gonna dry up, sister. You'll be all right, sister. How you doing, Lotus? What's popping, man?
I am having a fabulous evening so far. Mm-hmm.
All right. That is dope. So once again, thank you for being here. Okay. You know, we've had different church services before with some of our other spiritual family members, Cheryl, Sharice, shout out to Umi, shout out to all, you know, those spiritual queens over there. But
Yes.
you know, we've been wanting to do this for a little minute now, Lotus. We've been wanting to do this for a little minute now, but you know, I'm the scatterbrain lucky Libra, but you know, everything works in divine timing. So I'm just happy that you are here. So I appreciate that you're tuning in.
Yes, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be on here, to be on an episode of a church service with you.
See that blood? You see that church? That's my church. That's my church. That's my church. There we go. All right. So, where do we start? So first of all, Lotus, as you're gonna make your testimony tonight, I'd love to just start off with the basics. All right. I know there's some church members in here that already know you. Some may not know you. Okay. But you're on the hot seat tonight. All right. It's not like the tension hot seat, like the real hot seat sign, but you is on the hot seat. All right. So got some questions for you. You know, we're gonna bubble up our interaction, but let's start with the basics. Lotus, first of all, let us know your big three. Let's start there.
So my big three is Libra rising, and then I am a Taurus sun, Leo moon.
All right. We got a nice blend of energies, guys. Got a nice blend of energies. You see Libra dominant energy is in the building. All right. So you know it's gonna be strong Libra air themes in general. Okay, that's already where the click is. That's already where the connect part of the connect is here already. All right. Shout out to all my air dominant. Okay. All right. Big Taurus game, big Leo moon game. So where are you from, Lotus? Where do you currently reside?
Well, I was born in the Bronx, but I never really lived there. When I was very little, my pops decided to be active duty, and we bounced around like every 36 months. So I've lived like all over the country. And then when I was like in the second or third grade, he decided that he wanted to go to law school, and he picked UW-Madison. So we moved to Wisconsin, and I lived there for like the majority of my life. And I'm currently in Chicago, and I've been here since 2018.
Damn, what's going on? Where the ninth house placements? What's the Jupiter placements? Like,
I got Jupiter in Pisces in my 6th house, whole sign. And my 9th house is Gemini, and I've got Venus, Lilith, and Chiron in the 9th house.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I view you as a magical being. When I think of all the you know, all the witches, magicians, you know, leaders of botanicas, you're one of the first people that pop up into my
Yes, I love that.
Yes. So I'd like to know, where was that birthed? When was that chapter of your life birthed? When did you start tapping into things dealing with astrology / spirituality?
So I've always been a spiritual person, and I've always been into like the surface level of astrology. And like a lot of people during the lockdowns, the lockdown initially kind of felt like a punishment, to be honest. And it felt like serving a sentence. And it is actually, so the apartment that I live in now is my first ever solo apartment as a single woman. Anytime I've lived outside of my parents' home, it's usually with like my man. And I went through like a really bad breakup and decided to change and move over to Chicago. But anyways, during the lockdown, it started off feeling like a punishment and feeling like a prison sentence. And then I don't know, I just woke up one day and that perspective shifted. And I was like, you know, I'm so thankful that I have my own private, safe space. I'm not living with a roommate who has chaos and questionable people in her life. And I'm also not living with that horrible ex that I was just with. So it just one day perspective shifted. And then it was like, I don't know, it was like my great grandmother started speaking to me, and it was just like, it just felt natural to just follow that guidance and lean into that, my intuition, and lean into all of those types of signs and things. Mm-hmm. And I I dove into study. I started really like honing my skills. I started studying more, reading more, researching more, and things just kind of developed naturally. I made the Botanica official in 2022, but I'd say about a year or two before that, I was already like doing pop-up shops around the city, and I started with one product, which was my protection oil, and now I have like a whole apothecary of products in my Botanica. So
All right. That. Listen, I need to see the blood with all these spiritual accolades going on over here at church. You already know the vibes. I'm not gonna keep reminding y'all. I need to see the blood and the water. All right. As the more we get into uplifting, empowering testimony tonight. So I see, Lotus, when I think of you, I see you as, a flexible spiritualist. So if somebody asks you, like, how exactly would you categorize yourself within the spiritual community and what you do? Like, would you say I'm a healing intuitive, I'm an astrologer? Are you going to name a few things? Like, what theme of a character would that be?
Yeah, I definitely have like a few working titles, depending on who I'm introducing myself to and what their comfort level is, essentially. So I like to say spiritual advisor. That's sort of like my all-encompassing umbrella, name. But I also like dark feminine liberator. That is something that is very passionate of mine, especially with root chakra work, heart chakra work, self-love, Venus things, like very much helping the feminine liberate themselves. And then I also definitely call myself an astrologer and a witch. I go by all of those titles.
All right. Tell me a bit more about the Botanica. All right. I've been every time I've got around people that, because I'm a Scorpio dominant. I got 8th house placement, so I'm like a super fanatic of everything that's occult like. And so whenever I see somebody that got some awareness about occult things, ritual, magic, I be all ears. I shut the fuck up. I be all ears, and I be trying to soak up as much as possible. So tell me more about the Botanica. Tell me more about your experience dealing with magic in general.
So I've had a lot of really interesting experiences, especially before I learned more techniques and created spiritual boundaries. Like, I think people oftentimes don't know what they're getting themselves into when they're opening up their third eye and inviting communication from other realms, from spirit, from entity, from ancestor, from universe, however you want to call that, Right. So before I had really created like boundaries and organization for my intuitive abilities, some of the experiences were low-key scary. I can't even lie. There has been times where so one of the first experiences was I remember laying in bed meditating, and I was having like a really hard time. I want to say it was Saturn and Aquarius at the end of the transit, where it was opposite my moon and square my sun, because I have sun square moon.
Right, you remember all that fixed tension, but I definitely remember that little ending time of that. Yep.
Yes. And I just remember laying in bed meditating, and I was just like, I just don't want to be afraid anymore. That's literally what I said. And my left hand, it felt like someone had grabbed it and was squeezing it super tight, and it was really hot. And then I just like went on this journey that felt like I was being shown clips of like all these past lives. And it really felt like my great grandmother was just like pulling me through and like putting parts back online. You know what I mean? Like turning the lights on in certain places. And that was really like the jump start to a lot of those types of experiences. I've done meditations where I try and tap into Akashic records. You don't get access right away. You definitely have to earn access to that. I have done meditations where I tap in with previous lives. I get all types of like downloads and messages from spirit in like lots of different ways now. And like the more I leaned into trusting the first hit, the first thought, the greater the intuition grew, and like the easier it was to understand spirit language. I feel like spirit language is very much tailored to everyone's unique experiences here, and trusting yourself and following the breadcrumbs really grows those gifts.
Essentially, you just got to continue to follow spirit, because you could have easily took different paths. Like, you know what, I'm gonna try to neglect whatever calling and experience this is, and that could have led down the line. Now we think you schizophrenic, we think you crazy in the third. So I feel like that's already a testimony to like a strong spirit, because I feel like when you already, I feel like the sign of somebody that's spiritually developed is gonna play out in situations where you know whatever chapter or stage of life it is, at some point, usually when they're younger, but at some point, you're gonna look at that as your comfort zone. You're gonna look at spirituality or whatever, experience that's kind of outside of maybe your physical reality experience, which is something, gotta be something spiritual. But that shows a sign of spiritual strength, because some people run from that.
No, it's definitely scary. I've had other meditations where it looked like a gigantic hand reached out from under my bed and was like reaching in this room, and I was just like, oh my God. Like, and then there's been other times in meditation where I get product downloads too, bringing it back to the botanica. Man, Chicago want to be so loud right now.
It sounds like New York City. I thought you was in New York the way that sounded.
No, it's hot outside, and Chicago, we get summer for like 12 hours, and so we really have to just like, we got to eat it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, y'all do need to eat it up, because y'all winter is, I don't even know the words to describe it. It's something brutal. I didn't.
He's a cold-blooded ass bitch.
I experienced that before, so I already know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, as far as the embracing, those, body like experiences, spiritual experiences, like not all of those things be super comfortable to deal with from the start, when people start tapping into different energies. So this is why we need church. This is why we need the community, because we need to have our like mystery school environment, so people that are dealing with different forms of spiritual inclination, they can have more of a resource, more of a platform, people to interact with about these things. Eventually down the line, I know that's a lot of something that I'm looking down the line towards building through everything I'm doing now, just having that space where we could bring all of our different wacky spiritual gifts and build upon each other, this and the third, have that type of space. So with all that being said, okay, seems like that was the stage where you started owning these things, and I'm sure you just started seeing different ways energy and plays out in your life a different way, working with manifestation in different ways. So moving on to astrology specifically, when does astrology make its picture in these phases?
So astrology showed up really early on for me. And I feel like just the way my chart is set up and how my brain works, like astrology was really going to be like the language I needed to learn in order to really like have communication at the level that I wanted to have it at. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I definitely leaned into it very strongly as a tool for healing, as a tool for self-help, as a tool for really like breaking out of my own karmic loops and patterns. I have an 8th house sun and Mercury whole sign, and in Placidus it's an even bigger 8th house stellium. And 8th house placements, we oftentimes have a lot of fucked up shit that happens to us in our life.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
Yeah, and part of the game, part of tapping into that magic, part of getting the keys to unlock those past life gifts is going into the darkness. So however deeply you want to meet yourself, however far down into the depths of the underworld you're willing to travel, that is the level of gifts that you will be given in return.
Y'all hear that, family? Y'all hear that? So I like to pride myself on always talking about the light and the dark side of placements. I feel like at times, especially in our community, certain astrology might lean too much on one of those sides, and I'm just strong on the the belief that regardless how powerful a placement it is, there's always a way that that power could over control the person that's trying to get control of it. So And that could lead into quote unquote like shadow traits. So this is very important for people to understand in general, right? Don't be afraid of that darkness, all right? And it's gonna be easier with the eighth house alignments, with the Scorpio alignments, with the water alignments, with the certain aspects, and you know, you may already be one that could swim to that degree, but you know, don't be afraid of what's in that void because there's a lot of awareness.
Yes, and I think that eighth housers and eighth house placements and Scorpio placements, any type of way that you want to bring it back to Scorpio, your superpower, our superpower is rebirth. Okay, you really need to get comfortable with having seasons of your life where everything burns to the ground. Okay, because that is literally the only way for us to grow and elevate. There are going to be seasons of destruction and there are going to be seasons of growth. You know, there are seasons of feast and there are seasons of famine. And you really, the more comfortable you can get with change, the more you really lean into that and see how the tower crumbling is actually the catalyst to your level up and frequency change and activation. It's in that fire. It's in that fire. And like, you cannot be afraid of the dark. Never stay too comfortable. Don't be afraid to lose things. Like when the universe is taking things away, it is never a punishment unless you're like a really horrible person, but it's never a punishment. It's always because you've been asking for something else, and like you only get to carry so many things. You know, think of like girl hands, your cup, your keys, your lip gloss, your phone. Like you only have so much room. Things, you know.
Listen, man, I'm a big believer of when you got a lot of Saturn energy, man. You that's a theme that's quick to embrace. You know, seeing the significance in things, that tower moment, understanding why I'm experiencing this right now. What is this supposed to be building up? You know, so and I really, it don't matter what placements you have, what beliefs you have. That's something we could all you know, we could expand upon, knowing that life is life. You know, so if you just don't understand that about life in general, then you know.
I mean, fixed signs and having the ruler of your chart in a fixed sign as well, it's like really scary to lean into that. You know what I mean? And Pluto in Aquarius, and then, well, it started with Saturn in Aquarius, was a master class in pivoting, in letting go, in being changeable. Even though it's fixed air, it literally was like a master class of like nothing and no one is forever.
Wait, so I know you a Libra rising. You said you have your ruler, your chart in a fixed sign. Where's your Venus at?
I have Venus in Gemini.
So you just experienced your Venus return. You just experienced that. How was that transit? Shout out to all the Venus and Geminis in the building.
The transit was good. It had a little bit of volatility and a little bit of chaos, but I mean, I also have Venus opposite Uranus, so I feel like that's just part of the game. And funny enough, I actually met a Cancer man during this time. And I've never dated a Cancer man, and I've heard nothing but horror stories. So I don't know. I've only known him for a little bit, and I'm not really sure. But he's a cat moon, and I really like cat moon and cat placements in men.
So I'm curious, did you meet this person in Venus and Gemini? Because that would just validate more of my mating phase. You know,
we actually met on 420 with the Jupiter Uranus conjunction. So I don't know, where was Venus on 420? And it was interesting because they
in Taurus, I believe.
It could have been. They introduced themselves in sort of like a professional capacity. Like they make teas and whatnot. And they shot their shot by inviting me to come try some of their teas.
Oh, well, I got some for today. I got these. Yeah, put the chamomile over there.
Venus was conjunct Mercury and the North Node in Aries.
Wait, hold up.
Yeah, that's what was on 420.
Where was Venus at?
Venus was at 18 degrees Aries on 420.
Oh, okay, all right. All right, Venus in Aries. It's sextile. It's sextile Gemini over there. Shell did say in the comments, gotta get used to that what's next energy. I believe she was referring to that Venus Uranus opposite, everything that's squaring or opposing Uranus in the chart. You do have to embrace unexpected like situations a lot of the times. All right, do you have a super funny, intriguing, unexpected love story? I don't want to dive too deep. You know, it's Cancer season, Lois. I don't want to start pulling on energies that we don't want to pull on. But you know, Venus and Uranus, I just know, I just know it's probably some things like, yes, I could write a book. I could write a book.
Yeah, I feel I don't have like a lot of crazy love stories. I feel like that's my most recent one because I haven't really been dating really for the past like 2-ish years. I've really been focusing on like therapy and my business and things like that to really just like stabilize in a different sort of timeline, so to speak. But I definitely go for the weirdos, right? Like if you're smart as fuck and also can teach me something, and then like if you happen to be good in bed, it's like I don't know, like she's just like I'm into it. It's like super smart, teach me things. Someone that you can have playful banter with. I like a little like playful back and forth, sort of like I don't know, kind of like teasing, but not, you know what I mean? Like that kind of a thing.
Yeah, you got a lot of Venus energy, and you're a Leo moon too. So like I do see that inner child, playful energy. There got to be somewhere there, right? This is actually my last question about this placement before moving on. I know things aspecting Uranus has the ability to make massive transformations over time. So how do you feel like, you know, your outlook on Venus-like themes has transformed in your life, aka, you know, the things you probably valued in relationships at this stage of your life, and now you realize you value this, or the type of person, anything that you know from your awareness, you've seen like, damn, over time I've seen how certain circumstances have forced me to create a new outlook or, you know, reinvent something that I've thought or been attached to with love matters or anything that I value.
Yeah, my taste in men has definitely changed over time with Venus Uranus. There was a time where that placement was really attracted to like danger. Like, oh my God, like you're a gangbanger and you sell drugs and you carry like a little pew pew. Like that shit used to be like super hot. I don't like that shit anymore.
You messed up. You should have never told me that, because now if you feel me, get me a little shorty in Target and I see a chart and she got Venus square Uranus, I'll be like, yeah, you know, I got 2 guns in the trunk right now. You know,
I'm in Chicago, baby. Everybody carries one. All right.
Yeah, I gotta do some extra gangster shit.
I also have unpacked how that is also very emotionally unavailable Venus. It's like kind of flighty and I don't want to say shady, but it's like flighty and avoidant. And I've really unpacked how that's been related to like father wounds and how he was active duty and he was always gone and this or that. And it sort of made me really attracted to like men who are just not going to be around or men who are not really available. And for a while, when I was really in my masculine energy, I was not afraid to chase things. Like I have Mars and Capricorn, baby. I can put on a marathon. You know what I'm saying? So then it kind of evolved into that. And now I'm sort of like open to things that I didn't used to think that I would find sexy. So like a man with stability, a man with his own place, a man with water placements, because I usually go for like air, fire, like a lot. And like Cancer man, even though it's been a very short interaction so far, has definitely changed my perspective on water men. So I feel like that is also Venus and Gemini opposite Uranus, is like your tastes are changing. Venus is always changing and upgrading and interested in something new or moving into the future in some type of a way. And so now I'm looking for a man who has other useful skills. Like, can you build things? Can you fix things? Do you know how to use weapons? Do you have apocalypse skills? Like this is sort of the things that I'm finding attractive now. Can you grow things?
The way Venus grows. Look at the way Venus grows, man. All right, y'all just gotta give Venus some time, y'all. Y'all be rushing things with Venus. All right, take time for her to do her thing before she come out the house. Now, I do want to stay here. I do want to stay right here.
All right.
From your experiences dating men that have more feminine placements, aka earth water placements, in comparison to masculine placements, air fire, how have you say, you know, that's played out? What have you feel like, you know, from your astrological lens, you've been able to depict the difference with, you know, the different traits in men?
Okay, so I really do not like Virgo placements in men whatsoever. I have really
Sorry, Virgo men.
Sorry, it's my 12th house, and I don't like how Virgo reads on a man. I don't know. I have not found a Virgo placement on a man that reads like I can be feminine, and I know that you got this. Like I just I don't know. It just doesn't. And it kind of low-key reads like a little femme to me. I don't know. And I know that's like so like to say, or not an unpopular opinion, but it's just like I don't like it.
Lotus, this has got to be the most ghetto church in America. So please, we keep it raw here.
Okay, all right. So I don't like that. I do like the generation with the cap stellium, even though they be having Chiron in Cancer. I think that they have a lot of really good things. They have a lot of like strength and stability and traditional values, but they have like a little twist on it. So I really like that as well. Cancer placements with men, I'm still kind of navigating. I definitely know that I don't like Mars in a mutable sign in a man's chart. I'm not a fan of Mars in Virgo, Mars in Pisces, Mars in Gemini.
Yo.
Is that your Mars?
No, my Mars is in Cap, but I know.
Right. Period. So is mine.
I'm bugging. My bad, Lois. I'm tweaking. I just said that because I was thinking about you saying your Mars in the Cap. I was gonna ask you about that. My Mars is in Scorpio in the 10th though.
Okay, so that's still good too. I like that one also. All right.
But I I know some bugged out Mars in Pisces, Mars in Gemini niggas. I know
Mars in Gemini, them dudes is like ready to fight. Like
yo,
they're ready.
Yo, Mars and Gemini friends, like the people I personally know that have Mars and Gemini placements, like these are people that you could get into so much bullshit with, but they down to ride for you too, though. Like
yeah, and they down for this shit. Got so much heart. Like I have a Mars and Gemini friend who is like a short king. He's probably like 5'3", and that man got the heart of a freaking like bull mastiff. Okay, he never backs down from a fight, verbal or physical, and he is like almost never loses either. And then he's also a Sag, so I mean Sag is a wild man anyways. But like Mars and Gemini, they just like quick to throw hands, quick to tell your ass about yourself. Mm-hmm. Like they just pop.
You thought a regular Gemini, you thought a Gemini sun moon rising was quick to say something. You thought until Mars got in there.
Yes.
There's no, that filter is like this, you know, and you know Mars deal with intentions. It's just funny because I'm just thinking about one of my homies that got Mars in Gemini, and I'm like, he'll talk to Beyonce while she's standing next to Jay-Z, like, yo, what's up? That's Beyonce. Yo, what's up, baby? You look good. Like I'm like, yo, this nigga's courage, his interaction courage is on a different level. It's on a whole different level. And I'm like, that's that Mars and Gemini energy. They go oriented around something social, and it got all these mutable ideas around these intentions. They be, shout out to you, Mars and mutable signs.
But Mars and Gemini definitely taught me to take more risks. They're just like, money is not even real. I know that he's a Sag, so that could be his Sag, but it's just like literally like help me just have like balls to take risks sometimes. Like you're not going to get what you want playing it safe all the time. And it's hard to, as a Taurus, not think like that.
I can say, I like hearing this perspective. I can definitely say, I've seen some air sign women move like bosses. Like I've seen them like low key boss men around. Like I've seen water sign women have men in another realm because of attachment. You know, that shit is funny as hell. Earth women have to be, so, and I'm gonna actually lean this towards Taurus and Capricorn.
All right.
So I'm gonna leave Virgo. I'm gonna give you some. I'm gonna give you
leave
some
Virgo out of this, eh?
But Taurus and Capricorn women, y'all some of the most stubborn beings of all time. It's like, I mean, an Earth woman going, y'all sturdy as hell. Like y'all sturdy as hell with that double feminine vibe. All right. Virgo's mutable. So Virgo be a little bit more open than y'all. Capricorn woman system, boy, there's no leniency matching this system to date your sister. Damn, I gotta be this, that, and the third. The Taurus woman, Lord have mercy. And the Taurus woman, the crazy thing with the Taurus woman, her stubbornness is on a different level because it ain't just let me get in there like you, stubbornness. It's also with the Taurus woman, if she like me, it's over. She's stubborn towards that. So now I have to overly adjust towards the fact that she building this connection with me. Like Taurus women, y'all be fake quick to lock in on a nigga when y'all be like, yep, this is the system I want. Fixed earth, yep, right nigga, right job. Like this is it. I don't care how much this guy really likes me. This is it. Like,
if the soil is right, why wouldn't you plant seeds? And we can't help it if we are Venus and if he is in his masculine and it is safe to be in our feminine. Like that's just how a woman works. Like you're going to start just like doing those types of things. And it's not our fault that he interprets that as being like tricked into a relationship. No, like, baby, this is what it feels like to be in like a balanced relationship and not in the chaos trauma bond train, you know?
Right. I also think when you look at like the feminine and masculine charge of elements, whether it's, you know, air and fire representing masculinity and earth and water more so having a feminine charge, I've seen so much men that have earth and water dominant placements that have came off more stable than fire and air. I know some, you know, you could run into some fire sign men that's, bro, you're gonna flip over everything. You so emotionally charged, bro. Like everything gotta be.
I just love firemen though. It's just like, I don't know.
That's that Venus and
Uranus
girl. Listen, y'all got to start throwing fire signs up in there in general as more of the more emotional signs. Some of the water signs be keeping it cooler than the fire signs sometimes.
That's a fact.
Some of y'all, church, put a 4 in the chat if you got a cousin, a friend that's a fire sign and you know you can't bring them to every event. You know there's only certain events they're good for. Keep it real. Keep it real. You got that one Aries sibling, don't know how to say hi to nobody. You got that Sagittarius sibling that's going to try to take one of your professors out on a date at your graduation. You got a Leo, motherfucker. Listen, fire signs, I love you. I'm not about to get on y'all right now. I love
I mean, my favorite fire sign is definitely Sagittarius. It's the Sagittarius. That is my favorite fire sign. And I think it's because it opposes my Venus. And then I would say next would probably be Aries, but not the sun. I like Aries Mars. Even though that seems kind of wild, I do like Aries Mars in a man's chart. But I really like Saturn, man.
Hold on. Matter of fact, Lotus, since we here, because eventually we're gonna get to this, but since we here, you meet a guy. Now you already kind of said some of them already, but you meet a guy. Tell me what placements you're like, God, I'm tired. Please don't let me see this placement. Or what placement, if there is one, do you see like, oh, okay, I can't wait till I see that energy, some of that energy right there.
All right, so first things first, please, God, don't let him have Mars in Virgo. First things first. Like, literally, that is my number one, like, I can't fuck with you sign. I really cannot.
I do Mars and Virgo men do. What's the one trait that is like, no, if this one ground my gears, if it wasn't for this trait.
So I've dated a couple of these placements, and they turned out to be bi. And I'm not saying that automatically means that they're bi, but in my own personal experience, it has. And I don't have the heart for that, you know? I don't know. And that is not to say that I do not love my LGBTQ community, but I'm just like, I just don't have the heart for that. I really don't.
It's okay. It's just Mars and Virgo anymore.
Mars and Virgo is a hell mother. No. Okay. Virgo moon is kind of a close second. Ooh. Virgo moon. I also immediately look at where his Venus is, because I need to see, is it retrograde, or does your Venus talk to Pluto and Neptune? And then same for Mars. I want to look at that Mars, and I want to make sure that Mars is also not talking to Pluto or Neptune.
Why you?
Because a lot of times that is going to be a man who could be DV. I don't know how to talk on these platforms.
The Venus in Neptune aspect, you feel like they're what? What does
no,
Venus
if their Mars is aspecting Pluto or Neptune, I can't do that either, because to me that's a dangerous man.
Damn, I guess I got a Mars Pluto. Shout out to the Mars Pluto Scorpio conjunction. If any of y'all in here, we are dangerous. I ain't gonna lie, we are very.
Well, you
dangerous.
probably have lived that already through that progression and things, right?
I'm in a reform state right now.
Okay, yeah.
I got stories to tell, passing on to my grandchildren, but yeah, I'm too old for that. Chaos.
But also, like, Pluto is in Scorpio for a while, so like I like Mars in Scorpio. I would really have to like grill him with a lot of questions if they were in conjunction, and he is someone who has never gone to therapy or done inner work, because that is a very scary placement.
No, it like, as much power I could talk about it, if this person doesn't have the spiritual strength to bounce back with a certain sense of spiritual maturity in certain situations, Mars and Pluto aspecting each other, whether it's a positive aspect, sextile trine, or negative aspect, square opposition, that shit can lead into mad self-destructive tendencies if not regulated for real. So it's once again another example of a placement that got so much power, but it's like, yeah, that power, the issues in that person's life you think is that square. No, it's that power that they don't.
Great power comes great responsibility. And exalted planets, or planets that are like strong, they still take work to get to the good manifestation of that. I'm trying to think if there's any other red flags straight off the bat for me. I'm also not a fan of Saturn and Leo, but I have Leo moon.
Saturn and Leo gives you reserved energy.
It gives me like I don't know, as a Leo moon, it gives wet blanket energy. It's like, you're too loud, you're too this, like, take it down a notch, or you can't do that, or maybe don't. It's just like, no. I don't like that either. So Saturn moon aspects in synastry are not the best, you know?
They aren't. You won't realize it until you really start trying to build a connection with this person, and they start telling you they like you, but I love you, but, and it's like, but.
Yeah, I love you, but you can't do this. I love you, but do what I say. I love you, but turn your location on. It's like, you're doing
crazy. Turn your location on, always go crazy. All right.
Try that on Venus and Gemini and see how that works.
Locations was getting people into a lot of trouble before we just got into this Cancer stellium. All of us running around like chickens with our head cut off during a Gemini stellium right after Jupiter Uranus peak. Yes, a lot of y'all locations got y'all in mad trouble. Some of y'all try to fake act like your phone died. No, your phone did not die. Like you couldn't even lie yourself out. So right. I hope you out of that situation.
And then whoever works at Apple with the new update is clearly a cheater, because why did you even come up with those features?
Yeah, Apple, like, if you cheat, get an Android, because Apple done, like, Like,
yeah, but now you can hide apps or something. Oh yeah, you can schedule messages to be sent, so you can just schedule your whole like roster to have various messages, and it's just like, this is too much.
The Apple they know what they be doing, bro. They know what they be doing, bro. Motherfuckers, why you gonna make a feature saying undo the text, but then let them know I undid it, motherfucker?
Let them know that you unsent it.
God damn, that kind of fuck up what I was.
For real. It is telling on people.
Wavy now, like damn.
Oh, someone on the IG side says, can we talk more about Saturn men?
Saturn men.
I do like Saturn men. I like men with Saturn placements. Like my favorite Saturn placements are Aquarius, but then I also really love Capricorn placements.
So when it comes into Saturn men, take into account Aquariuses too. What where do we see the differences, at least with your interactions between Saturn energy displayed with Capricorn dominance and Aquarius dominance from a man perspective, since that was the question.
So Aquarius men have a lot of traditional values, but they don't really move like a traditional man. So my experiences with an Aquarius man, like I like to say that Aquarius manages the talent. So they know their partner is Leo and is already going to be like a personality, someone who's going to command attention, someone who's going to be bubbly, fun, playful, whatever, right? And I feel like Aquarius men really just like love that. They honor that. They want you to be that woman in their life. Capricorn men want it in like a different way. Like maybe they want you to dress like super girly and loud and sexy or whatever, but like they don't want you to be like that loud woman, you know? Mm-hmm. They want you to be a little more just like, I'm for looking, not for touching. Whereas Aquarius men will give you a longer lead, and they feel like more confident in knowing that like she's leaving with me. Like y'all are just, she's Venus and Gemini, and she's going to talk your ear off and you're going to think she's flirting, but she's coming home with me. And I just love that.
That is hilarious because I'm a Cap Moon, Cap Rising. My best friend, like, blood couldn't make us thicker. Like, he's an Aquarius, Aquarius sun. But he a Libra moon too, so that's why we locked in. Like, you got the sun moon connection, but we both got both sides of Saturn. So specifically what you just said, like they'll be like, we done had debates, like, yo, bro, you let your girl come out like this?
Hell yeah.
And he'd be like, what's the problem with that? I'm like, my nigga, I'm not letting my girl walk out like this. Fuck is you talking about? He's like, yo, bro, like, is that not your girl? It's not like she's fucking with them niggas. And I'm like, nah, you really an Aquarius. Really an Aquarius. But that, giving you that leniency to, once again, Uranus let you kind of be you, especially when they trust. See, that's the superpower about Aquarius. Shout out to all the Aquarius.
And then like it lets me just be like ultra in my feminine, and it's just like I like it because I know that he's not glaring at me from across the room or like, bitch, you're doing too much or whatever. Right. It's just like, I like that silent, strong confidence.
And
like, you liked me because of this, so let me be me.
And the thing about Aquarius, I feel like they have the balance, or they're the sign that can have a better balance of letting you be that, but let's say something went too far, it's still Saturn. So it's like, yo, okay, hold on. What are you doing? Like, you feel me? It's going to be some type of time that they regulate something if something was overboard. That's funny as hell, though. That's funny as hell. There'd be mad times, having an Aquarius best friend that I realized, like, even though we both experience and embrace Saturn energy, and we're both like reality based. Also, remember, Libra is strong Saturn energy. It'd be mad times I'll bring a situation to him. He'd be like, yo, bro, it's not even that serious. Or like, bro, you care that much? And I'd be like, yo, Aquarius make you really realize you don't be caring.
Yeah, they really like don't take anything personally, it really feels like. And they, I don't know, it's my 5th house. It is opposite my moon. I love the Aquarius vibe. I really do.
So any more green flags, any
Oh,
more
some more
green flag
green
placement?
flags. Okay. More green flags. Like a good moon, like moon without some crazy aspects. And so like I said, I'm not a fan of the Virgo moon. Sorry, Virgo moon men. I like how dreamy and romantic Pisces moon men are, but you can never pin down a Pisces moon. I feel like they're for an experience, they're for a vibe, and like I don't know, they're not typically trying to stay long term.
So in your example, the Pisces Sun man is more of a lover than the Pisces
Oh no,
Moon man.
I would not date a Pisces Sun man.
Damn, so the Sun and Moon is just I'm good.
Yeah, I mean Pisces Moon possibly depending where the Sun is, but Pisces Sun probably not.
Yo, it's crazy because so all placements are different. We both Libra dominants, right? I'm a Libra Sun, cusp, stellium. You're a Libra rising. Venus is your chart ruler, and you know, I love Pisces. I love
Pisces women.
Like yes, Pisces placements, women, energy, suns, moons, Venus, and Pisces, and it's like.
Well, if I was a man, I would probably go for Pisces women too. I mean, who doesn't love a mermaid?
Yeah, I guess that's what it is. And I'm crazy enough to handle the craziness to them. So it's like, Pisces just, listen, Pisces is one of them signs. Sometimes they just need a hug in the midst of their craziness. Some signs can't let you get off that good when they're in their heated state. Your Aries girlfriend, I slap the shit out of you. You know what, baby? Look, why we doing this? Get a hug. She might get your shit real quick. The Pisces woman, she be like, she gonna come inside in that hug. Come here. I don't know. I just feel like that's super like lover energy. You get that from them, but it's just that I hope you're able to match that. That's the one thing you do need to go in there because I don't even think a lot of Pisces dominant women be really knowing when they're at that point that like, okay, it's a little deep with this guy point. I think that point, that phase of acknowledging how they feel about somebody, I just feel like that it happens very quick for them in some type of shape. I kind of feel like that happens for like Virgo and too. Like that phase, it's hard for them to like kind of look at them and be like, damn, I love this. Like, damn, I like this nigga. Like, oh shit, damn, I actually been loving this nigga. I've been loving this nigga for 4 months. Like, Pisces may not really know because they just so
Exactly. Like that's how Pisces is. Like they suck you into this rom-com somehow, and it's just like, what the fuck? How did this even happen? And then they just disappear.
No, it's crazy, Lotus. We need to call it out. We need to call it out because it's true.
It really is. And then they got the fucking dreamy eyes. Like, bro, don't look at me with your beautiful eyes, selling me this romantic fantasy, and then you're just like, bye. How are you gonna do that to a Taurus?
Give me your top 3 players in the zodiac. Men, obviously. Top 3 players.
Top 3 players, Gemini.
Hold on. Matter of fact, let me make this question a little bit spicier. I'm the ghetto, I'm the hood pastor. I got to make it. Give me the 3 signs in men that you think they the coldest, they the best, they be the most charming, they talk the best, like the 3 sun signs, boom, right there. That got the all of their appearance gives that a lot. Like, damn, this man is a swaggy nigga right here. Like
that's gonna be Sag, Gemini, or Aquarius. They got hella swag. They're usually super smart. Usually everyone really likes them or wants to be around them. They usually got mad game. They're really great at flirting.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Like, as a guy, let's say, I meet a girl, she got like 3 friends or something. If I could get to a Gemini, bro, a Sag, bro, or an Aquarius, bro, like they gonna be more of a priority than some other signs a little bit. Like if I can get one of those bros to link up and we could get a lit little vibe popping, yes, I could count on Sagittarius for that job. Sagittarius fuck around, get a girl over there, start talking to her over there, and Aquarius probably gonna be the one they know which one they want from the gate. Probably gonna intensely get at her first, like, you feel me, Gemini. Keep the room floaty. Keep the room floaty. You feel me? Come up with new ideas. Y'all want to play a drinking game? Y'all want to we got to count on Gemini for that. So I can see, I think, you feel me? I think air sign, and I ain't even gonna say all that. I just think air sign and fire sign men at times see more success, which is a complicated word when we talk about dating, but see more success in different situations in comparison to earth and water men because of there's no real reluctancy at times with a lot of air and fire energy to just speak it, talk it from your mind. You feel me? Not really try to put together persona energy. Like, I'm gonna just talk to her. You're gonna jump into the vibe. I know it's a little biased. This might sound a little biased, but I've analyzed that in men, like men approach. I played basketball at 3 different universities. So I've been able to see how men interact with women, you feel me, in different spaces, different places. So I've realized that, like, air fire signs, I know there's some women dating air fire signs, and they just know when they go to a party with their man or whatnot, this nigga gonna be talking to everybody, but it don't even really mean shit. It don't, just let that nigga just go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me?
Same with like a Pisces Mercury man. He's gonna talk to everybody, every freaking body, even like the homeless people on the street. He's gonna talk to everyone.
You said Mercury and Pisces?
Yes.
Yeah, Mercury and Pisces. I have a conversation with a crackhead on the street. Yep.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
For sure. Especially a child will be outside, will get a crackhead best friend.
Yeah.
Your Pisces child will have a crackhead best friend in the neighborhood that you don't know nothing about.
Like one of my best friends, he's an Aquarius sun with a Pisces Mercury, and we could be standing outside smoking, and he'll just like invite someone in, and it's just like, bro, like, I don't want to put my mouth on I don't want some rando mouth. What are you doing? He's like, well, I just thought maybe they want. Of course they want some.
that do be my thing with Pisces. Sometimes I gotta tell Pisces, like, okay, yeah, you in Neptune right now. Hell no, we ain't doing that. Like, you gotta tell them that from time to time. All right, Pisces would regulate that openness. All right, guys. Yeah. Speaking of Pisces and the water energy, right now we're in the midst of a nice little Sun, Mercury, Venus stellium. What does the collective need to know? What signs might need to watch out for certain things? How do you feel about this current vibe?
The current vibe right now, I think that everyone really needs to put down the Kool-Aid. I think that, like, if you're really heavily smoking and drinking right now, like, mastering the lessons during this, nodal square transit is probably not going to be very effective for you right now. I think the mutables really especially need to be doing some self-reflection and some self-examination. I think mutables and cardinals, especially. Cardinals because the nodes are in cardinal signs, so they're giving you a harsh aspect. And then mutables because of Neptune and Saturn. So it's like, it's really time to stop pretending you're going to make the change and just do the changes. Like, there's no more talking about change. It's really about action right now with all these squares.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I keep emphasizing the whole, the double influence of Saturn during the Cancer season. So, like, as far as us being just proactive about the shit we want to do or whatnot, y'all got to remember it is a cardinal season. It is a cardinal season. So that's always going to be a space, regardless of your energies in general. That's going to be a space where, you could use some of the influence, to jumpstart things that you want to start, something that needs more energy, more momentum. All right, especially with Cancer, you can start really channeling a different type of concentration with Cancer energy, guys. So I think people are really saying what they care about. Whenever the sun, we know the sun's gonna highlight things. So the sun just being in Cancer, I feel like people just seeing what people really care about around them and your surroundings, right? You're seeing where somebody's heart, mind, intention is really in any type of social space in general. All right, it has so much new things happen within relationship activity after Gemini. We did our stream, me, you, Cheryl's on Sharice's page, so y'all can go ahead tap into Sharice's page. All right, we was up there talking about a lot of the transits at that time, especially Jupiter in Gemini. Lotus, give me one green flag and one red flag about the Jupiter in Gemini transit, because I think people are forgetting that this is a detriment transit.
Yes, I was going to start with the bad, actually. All right, so Jupiter in Gemini, something I mentioned on that show is that in tarot, this is the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords in tarot is not a good card. This is a card about feeling like you need someone to come rescue you. This is a card about feeling like you are imprisoned. This is a card where actually you have created a self-imposed prison of your mind. You are literally trapped by like a bad narrative on repeat in your mind. And the story of this card is that even though this woman is blindfolded and she has her hands behind her back, her hands are actually not bound together. So she can like put her arms in front, take off her blindfold and free herself from the situation. But that is going to come with a change in perspective. So that is Jupiter and Gemini. But on the better side of things, you know, hopefully this is going to spark a lot of interest for people to learn and research things for themselves with maybe like some old school things like real books or like books on audio or something like this, and not just like taking everything on like Instagram and Facebook as like real news. Like, I think that this is going to hopefully encourage people to do their own research, do their educate themselves in some kind of a way that that is, I don't know, just like makes them feel more connected or just feels more authentic to them, you know?
Yes. Yes.
I also love it for just exploring your neighborhood. Like even recently, like here in Chicago, there is like run club and there is walk club and there is like morning sunrise yoga and all of these things. So it's like people are like doing more things in their community that are like sober activities. And I feel like that is also going to be one of the ways that Jupiter and Gemini is going to manifest, you know, like getting people to move about their city or their immediate environment and try new things, meet new people, that kind of thing.
Okay. Yes, I definitely I feel like people need to be open to those waves when they come, because there could be opportunities to them. I think people sometimes underestimate how intense Jupiter can be. We kind of associate intensity with like Mars, Pluto, different other malefics, you know, Saturn at times. But boy, Jupiter is mad extreme, bro. Jupiter's mad extreme, is intense. Look at your Jupiter house. Look at different transits that might have been in alignment with Jupiter and the different, you know, phases. Jupiter's been trying to teach us things. You know, it'll take a very intense route if you feel like this is the way you have to learn something, you know, and develop some wisdom through a circumstance. So
yeah, like that's like a reputation of like, oh, it's all blessings. Jupiter, Zeus, was not always good. All right. He was not a good guy in Greek mythology. And it's going to just expand things. Whatever you already got cooking, it's just going to make it bigger. So if you're already doing bad shit, it's going to make the bad shit worse.
What was one of Zeus's negative deeds?
He was a prolific philanderer, for one.
Damn.
Like Zeus came down and had sex with like mortals, all the goddesses. Zeus has like hundreds of kids or something like this.
He was born into a lot of power. So, but yeah, so it's right. And look at, we could just use the word expansion in just what you said. So the exaggeration, expansion energy, whether it's mythology or whether it's breaking down the ninth house and the homes of Jupiter, you're always going to see this theme with things being exaggerated. I love y'all, Sag, Pisces. But I give y'all grace because I know y'all have so much Holy Ghost energy. Holy Ghost energy be making you exaggerate things. Look how pastors be on the podium. They got all that Holy Ghost, all that Jupiter energy. They be up there mad animated. So Jupiter energy, animated,
Yeah.
Pisces, Sagittarius, I still like y'all. I still like y'all. All right. I got a few words. As soon as I say them, just tell me the first thing that comes into your head.
Okay.
Age of Aquarius.
Revolution.
Witch.
A master.
Aries.
I don't know. I want to say hothead, but I feel like that's like too easy. Fearless.
The 8th house.
The 8th house, first for the money.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be trying to remind y'all the 8th house is that y'all that's another money house, man. Damn. All right. Witch.
Witch, magical, powerful, intense.
Did I say witch already?
You did.
Okay, all right. You know,
Mhm.
all right. Shout out to the hot seat sign. Shout out to the Cardinals, the Caps, Libras, and Aries. You know, you might have did what I just did a couple times. Spiritual community.
Spiritual community. The first thing I heard was love and light, and I just am not a big fan of spiritual creators that are in this format. I think that it is cherry picking.
Okay. Lilith.
She's a bad bitch, but it takes work to take her to that level.
12th house.
12th house. Don't do drugs.
I think we should start there for the 12th house, right?
Right.
Hip hop.
Ooh, where do I even begin? Hip hop, a love story.
What type of love themes come to your conscious when you hear hip hop?
I think of just like classic voices and like really great storytelling.
Okay. Donald Trump.
3 of diamonds, and that's because I'm a 3 of diamonds also. So I just know that he's here on a dumb luck do-over.
Speaking of Trump, you know, any prediction, any outlook on the election, any connections you're making with the stars? Like, what's your mind? Where's your mind at with that?
Yeah, so a couple of years ago, I actually did a live on his solar return for 2024, and his solar return says that he's getting a big promotion at work. And I think that big promotion is he's going to win the election again. I think as long as he has as long as he has breath in his lungs or whatever apparatus he's using, that it's going to be, it's his for the taking. Like that's literally what he has lived this long to be here for this transit.
Yeah, I do believe that man will be back.
And also because he is a 3 of diamonds who is a Gemini, which means he's ruled by the Ace of Spades. And that fucking card is unfuckwittable. Okay? It's unfuckwittable. And he is a master magician. He is a master occultist. He is going to live 1,000 lives.
Yeah, what's his fixed star again? He's a
Regulus.
He's a Regulus fixed star. You know, so their whole life is learning how to manage some chaotic form of power. So I get it.
And the 3 of diamonds that's ruled by the Ace of Spades, that is a death card. So it's sort of like a bulletproof vest in a way. It makes him super psychic, whether or not it comes off as that or the ramblings of a madman, you know? I do respect how he is somewhat of a whistleblower, and he was trying to put us on a game, even though his delivery and his aesthetic is not very pleasing or socially acceptable in a lot of ways. I'm not saying that I'm a fan per se, but I see what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yo, I need to get on my tarot game. Like, look, I got my book right here. I got my little tarot book right here. I be trying to, pull my card a day. Like,
Yes.
so, but I'm gonna have to be tapping in with you some more. Like, yo, look, I just pulled a couple wands. What the wand mean again? What the cup mean again? You feel
Yes,
me? I
you
might have
can
to see
definitely
what's
ask
up. But
questions.
shout out to all the tarot readers in the building. If anybody in the church got any questions for Lotus before I wrap up these questions, please throw that in the chat box. All right, go ahead and prep those up. All right. Lotus, anything that you feel like the collective really needs to just keep in mind for the rest of this 8-year cycle that we're in general, right?
I just want to remind people that when your life starts becoming chaotic, that it is time to just let go and let God. Like when things start feeling forced and it feels like you are not getting where you want to go, or things start just like not working, it's time to just like stop and try something else. I really want you to get comfortable with just like being in a state of just letting things go. Like the more you can have like unattachments, the more sort of blessings and comfort and ease you will have in your life.
I attest to that, man. Some of my biggest advice be learn to let go. I speak on attachments a lot. Sometimes I feel like the church get tired of hearing me use that word. But hey, man, I try to pride myself in really adapting to like stoic, like a stoic, like become a stoic like character, and attachments be the foundation for a lot of our misery. So this is also once again another test to the state that we're in right now, the energies we got going on right now. Everybody's picking up on attachment energy, or where you should be more connected, where more of your time energy should go to build a connection with some aspiration, person, environment, whatever it may be. All right. Uh, man, Lotus, you're the bomb. I appreciate you tapping in. Please let the people know anything what you're up to, upcoming projects, also where they could tap in for services, what services you provide. Like give them the whole layout right now. I feel the energy of the church. They want to know what's up.
So if you follow me on Instagram, all my links are in my bio. You can book with me by sending me a DM. I love to do like shadow work specifically. So we take a deep dive with your birth chart and we really do a lot of detailed readings of the malefics in your chart, and I help tailor remedies for you. I really love to create remedies for people so that they feel like the power is something that they have control over. And it also, I feel like it helps people feel just like more uplifted. Like who wants to sit in a reading and hear about all this shit they have going on and then be like, okay, like figure it out. Like, no, I am very solution based, and I love curating remedies. I like to do that style of reading, and also like sort of like health things. I know that's kind of like a sensitive topic to talk about on social platforms and whatnot, but like I also do that sort of work with astrology as well. And I do pop-ups all over Chicago, Chicagoland, and a little bit like Indiana and stuff as well. So I always post where I'm going to be at. This Sunday, you can find me at the Salt Shed. There's going to be an Everyday People show, and I'm going to be vending at my girls' vintage shop, the Umbrella Vintage in the Salt Shed. And lastly, like if you like how I break things down and delineate and you want to learn how I do this sort of thing, you can follow me on my subscription platform on Passes, and you get way more access to me. We do community candle burns. We are about to start a workshop tomorrow actually for this Venus square the nodes transit. We're doing an inner child, inner mother type workshop, and I'm doing lives over there. There's just like so much like deep dive uncensored content on that platform, so you can follow me there and learn things.
Fire, dope. dope.
Mhm.
It's dope to see you do what you do, Lotus. It's you don't even be knowing when you staying on your grind. I view you as a very consistent, talented person. So it's like, you one of the people on my feet. Like, God damn, Lotus did me. It's 9 a.m. She posting before me. Like, so, it's just a harmony that we are able to build up. You know, before I let you go, I did have one specific question. You kind of answered it in different ways, but through your journey coming into all these different awarenesses on a spiritual level, what do you feel like when you came into really understanding astrology more? What do you feel like is some of the major things the knowledge of astrology has helped you to tweak in your life?
What are some of the major things? What?
Like at this point in your life, what would you say you being introduced to astrology has helped you to really get a grasp on or really understand and get to the root of, or like basically what's the more major impact it's had in your life in general?
Most recently, really understanding how the father wound is a spectrum and how it shows up for me personally, and how it has really impacted how I deal with men, how I face entrepreneurship, how I deal with the public, how I'm trying to gain access to that 11th house MC in Leo. And astrology has really helped me with that. It's really helped me unpack things by looking at my chart and looking at his chart and really putting things into perspective. I love how astrology gives me like a language where things just make sense. It's like you don't have to, it just seems like you can get to the point a lot quicker,
Mm-hmm.
If that makes sense.
I would have to say some of the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's so many things in life that we're going to have to encounter regardless if we know astrology, regardless if we're a Christian or a Muslim. The things that you are here to learn, you're going to encounter those circumstances. But when it comes into that, I really identifying and studying that connection in the chart through family, home environment, and how we take it into relationship with the parents, and how we take it into like, that is dead ass one of the most mind-blowing things. When it's like, it's one thing when you're already doing the work for yourself, maybe doing the work in therapy, but when you see the alignments in astrology and you're like, damn, like I feel like that one was one of the biggest light bulbs that went off, and it helped to start giving this person more grace, being more graceful in this space, possibly understanding why you got to show up more in your home environment or whatever the fuck it is. But yeah, that connection, that like little 4th, 7th house connection, that be some stuff right there. That be some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Name everyone on platform. Okay. All right. I believe somebody wants you to speak on the 10 of clubs, Lotus.
Ooh, I'm not this versed. I wish I was. 10 of clubs. I can look at my notes over here.
Shout out to Isha King. Done jumped on the passes, man. All right. We tapping in. If you're a Chicago native, man, stop playing. The church we spread wide, but if you up in Chicago, man, you need to be tapping in. All right. I've been seeing Lotus's candle burns. Like I said, she's one of the most consistent people that I know. So as soon as y'all tap in the page, y'all go ahead and run through all the magic yourself. All right.
Yeah, I don't know if I've had a lot of interaction with 10 of clubs. My girl, Akua Jupiter, Josephine, she is really great with cardology. She is a 10 of clubs Aquarius, or 10 of clubs. She's a 3 of diamonds Aquarius. And she's very smart. And I love the archetypes that she gives for the cards.
Okay. All right. We got another spiritual recommendation in the building. All right. We got some Chi-Town natives in the building too. All right.
Okay, Chicago.
Right. All right, Lotus. Once again, I appreciate you tapping in.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. This was a lot of fun.
No, we're gonna do this again. All right. It's just a matter of time. All right. I'm gonna be looking forward to your future endeavors and projects. Okay. Looking forward to everything that you got going on. Like I said, it's inspiration, motivation. I love to see you. I love to see you being an example for other people. Okay, I see how people are engaged on your side. So keep working your magic. All right, please just do us that favor when you leave church. All right. Shout out to everybody in the building. All right. So Lotus, take care. I will be in cahoots with you. All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Lotus. Alrighty, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed that, man. I hope y'all enjoyed that. You know, I want to bring that queen up here if I knew her heart and talent was invested in the things that we invested in, right? Spiritual personal development up in this mug. All right. So if you was feeling that, you could throw some of them water, some of that. You already know what to throw in there. The number of the day is 4. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Y'all already know what to throw in there. Okay, if y'all feel like y'all enjoyed Boro being in the Vlad TV position, being in the Say Cheese position, I ain't gonna lie, the interviewer position be type wavy. I like this. I like it. I ain't gonna lie. Might get a little accustomed to this. Tell me how I did my first time in there. All right, it's okay. It's not all about it. All right. But anyways, but for real though, I hope y'all enjoyed that, y'all. Hope curated a nice space to throw some gems up there. Y'all make sure y'all tap in with Lotus, man. There was one thing I did want to let y'all know before I get up out of here myself. Okay. I have a new master class that is loading up, guys. All right. This will take place on July 7th. Okay. And it's everything we finna tap into with Jupiter, guys. We finna cover everything with Jupiter. We finna cover it all, guys. All right. Your Jupiter placement. All right. Transit and Jupiter placement. Ancient tips, gems, and hacks. All right. We get into all of it, guys. So I think this is gonna be a real great theme to jump into, because I know just with dealing with such a shift, dealing with Jupiter, is having people more curious about how their Jupiter plays out in their chart in general, right? So links is already accessible, seats already accessible, guys. All right. So just keep in mind everything we've been talking about with Cancer energy, the double Saturn influence. Right now, we're working our way up out of some Pisces moon energy. All right. We're done with some Pisces moon energy right now, guys. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and just do a little bit more. See a little bit more. For one, we know we're preparing for Saturn going retrograde, but like I mentioned, guys, this portion of the week, the moon has to transit Saturn. So by around, I always be trying to guess. I be trying to see how good I am getting the time frame together. But all right, the moon we waking up to that conjunction. Y'all. So the reason why this part of the week is important, because the moon passes Saturn. You know how significant Saturn is when it comes into the stellium we're experiencing. Mercury is already harmonizing with Saturn. Venus is pretty much picking up Saturn energy. Expect more of your conscious telling you to regulate, establish things with values. Be careful of overindulgence in your Cancer house leading into this weekend. This may not be the weekend for that. All right, so be in tune with your conscious about what need to be stabilized in that area. All right, but a lot of us may run into some revelations, some new clarity about things dealing with how to build the system. What a system that we're trying to build, what's needed for it, for it to thrive. I associate the word system with Saturn, right? So that is very important to understand around this time, guys. All right, so we're going to really pick up a strong vibe with that in the morning. Anytime the moon passes Saturn, system, foundation, priority, responsibility, all of those things are pushed to the forefront, okay? But because it's coming between water signs and it's in a trine, we want to make sure whatever graceful ways we have to enter a discussion or a situation with somebody to resolve things, to build more of a stable ground, be more solution-based around this time. Be more solution-based. You can tighten up a lot of things around this time. Mars is not too far away from Uranus. So, when these two planets get closer and closer, could be a very chaotic energy, or it could be a very empowering, transformative energy with what's going on in your Taurus house. Mars and Jupiter is also another conjunction that I'm looking forward to in this year as well, too. All right, that transit ain't too far. But yes, I'm going too crazy with the excitement of Cancers are very excited energy, trust me. It may not look like they're excited all the time, but trust me, you don't know what's going on inside. You don't know what's going on inside. All right. So shout out to everybody in the building. Like I said, links for the Jupiter Master class is now accessible. Y'all could just jump in the links. Oh yeah, and I'm also running a summer solstice sale right now. Started Cancer season. All right. So all general readings and whatnot, general readings, the solar return readings, those are on sale prices. So I want to go ahead and snatch those. So I just want to present all these things to y'all. I see Super Life just jumping into the building. All right. What's going on, Super Life? But I appreciate everybody tapping in, guys. Once again, I hope all of y'all are flowing, right? Flowing gracefully through these waters. Allow yourself to identify all things that's making you feel heavy. If you can't really get the backstroke in the Cancer water popping the way you really want to get the backstroke popping, we're going to have to identify why you can't really get that wave like that popping, guys, all right? Take advantage of this time to do so. Try to jump into your Zen space if needed. Sometimes all that water energy could call for a little bit of extra meditation during the week. You're really supposed to be using that when we're dealing with more chaos. Gemini stellium was really what needed the meditation for real. And Cancer cardinal signs, hold it down. Hold it down, cardinal signs, please. All right, relax. Okay. All right, family. I love y'all. Y'all already know the vibes, man. Okay, until next time, gang. Peace.